We didn't want to move to Danang. In fact, we thought we'll stay in Nha Trang forever. But 6 months later, everything changed. By the end of this video, you'll know why we first chose Nha Trang when we moved to Vietnam, what made it feel like home, and why, against all our plans, we ended up in Danang. Stick around because I'll share the one ship that changed how we make every big decisions abroad. It's not about the money or the comfort, it's about alignment. Hey, I'm Mai, Canadian-born Hmong mom of two living in Danang, Vietnam, married with my Canadian-Vietnamese husband, Tuck. We sold everything back in Canada to live a life of freedom, purpose, and presence abroad. Here, we define home, create income, and educate beyond the system. Today, I'm taking you back to our first 6 months in Vietnam, when we thought it was going to be our forever home, why we chose it, what we loved, and the moment we realized maybe it wasn't where we were meant to stay. So, why did we choose Nha Trang first? When we first landed in Vietnam, we didn't know anyone. We just wanted a beach city that felt safe, warm, and easy to start all over, and checked all the boxes. It doesn't flood like Danang does. The weather's more stable, and even during rainy season, it was nothing dramatic. Maybe a week of straight rain. So we just thought that this was perfect for us. We found a 2-bedroom apartment for 20 million VND a month, oceanfront view. It was a little bit more the pricier side just because it was oceanfront view, but it was modern and it was lovely to see the sunrise every morning. However, we totally paid for the view, but honestly, for a landing spot in Vietnam, it was worth it. Tuck even bought a motorbike there for $20 million, and that was our little family setup, the beach, bikes, and new beginnings. So 2, our life there, the simple sunny season. Our morning started with the ocean breeze, half-day schools for the girls, and afternoons by the beach. We enrolled both of our daughters in a small international school, half days only, so they could meet other kids while we figured out our rhythm. And towards the end of the time there, we started connecting more deeply with families in that school. They were kind and they were genuine people, which made leaving even harder. We also had our favorite little spots. We had hidden local restaurants that felt like our gems, our smoothie place the kids loved, and a noodle shop we went to every weekend. Those became our routines, our comfort zone in that city that felt smaller but sweet. Number 3, what we loved and what we didn't expect. Nha Trang had everything we thought we wanted: beach access, warm weather, low cost of living, but after a few months, we realized it was too small for us long term. There weren't many options for growth. And honestly, there weren't a lot of kids' activities unless you were part of the schools. That part really sucked because outside of school programs, there wasn't much community life for children or homeschool families. We loved our ocean view, but our home started to feel tight. We started noticing we could have actually rented a bigger and cheaper place elsewhere if we were willing to trade the view for the space. It wasn't a bad experience, just limited. We also wanted community, energy, creativity, and something in us knew we had more to explore. Number 4, the decision trying Danang just for 6 months. Here's the funny part, we didn't want to move to Danang. We actually liked Nha Trang, but after when our lease was up for 6 months, we said, you know what, let's just try Danang and check it out. And if we don't like it, we'll just come back to Nha Trang. That was the deal that my husband and I made. There was no pressure, just curiosity. So we packed up our life, even our motorbike, and said goodbye to the families we met and drove away thinking maybe we'll regret this. But deep down, we both knew it was time to take a leap. Number 5, what we found in Danang. The moment we arrived, it felt different. The streets were wider, the energy was faster, the city was alive. Danang had a big city meets beach balance we didn't realize we were missing. More families, more creators, more business-minded people. It felt like opportunity. And within weeks, we knew this is where we could grow. Now, we still need to talk about what Nha Trang taught us and why we still talk about it with so much love. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe if you're building your own vision of freedom-based life moving abroad, homeschooling, and earning online. That's what this channel is all about, living intentionally, building a life that truly feels good. So number 6, what Nha Trang gave us. Nha Trang gave us something Danang couldn't. It was space to breathe. It's where we slowed down after years of hustle, where our kids adjust to life abroad, where we discovered we didn't need more, just enough. And the foundation made Danang possible. Well, without the calm first chapter, we might never had the clarity to take the next step. So here's a mini recap. If you're comparing both cities, here's a quick breakdown. Nha Trang is smaller, sunny, peaceful, fewer kids' activities, but an easy, soft landing, a more retiree feel. Danang is bigger, more diverse, full of opportunities and energy. For us, Nha Trang was where we landed, Danang is where we launched. So one of my favorite memories from Nha Trang was sitting on our balcony at sunset. The kids were giggling inside, Tuck was making tea, and I looked out at the waves and said, "Can you believe we did this?" We actually changed our whole life. For months, that view, everything. It reminded me why we took this leap, to build a life that we felt like us. And even though we're in Danang now, I'll always be grateful for that version of us. The ones who said yes to the unknown, yes to the imperfection, and yes to starting small. If you're thinking about moving abroad or you're in that first 6 months stage right now, you're not alone. Join my free newsletter, My Notes, for more stories like this. Or check out my YouTube membership where I share real-life insights about living free abroad, building income online, and raising kids differently. Thank you so much for watching, for supporting our journey. It truly means the world to us. And that's all for today's video. If you found this helpful, check out this one right here where I share the biggest culture shocks we faced when we first moved to Vietnam. Some of them still surprise us today. Let's grow, glow, and flourish together.
아무렇지 않은 척 하지만 흔들리는 시선이 헤매이가 그대에게 표정을 들킬까 조마조마